What if a Navy SEAL team was sent back in time to hunt down Jack the Ripper? That would be pretty badass, right? Well, hold on to your time-traveling top hats, because today we're going to find out. Exactly, what would happen if these modern-day superheroes were sent back to Victorian London to hunt one of history's most notorious serial killers? We'll tell you about the brutal crimes that Jack the Ripper committed, the investigation at the time, and how the Navy SEALs would have taken him down if they were there. It's 1888, London, and the fog is rolling in once again. You hear the clip-clop of horse-drawn carriages on the cobblestones, and the smell of stale waste fills the air. Life in the Victorian era is not for the faint of heart. There are few places as dangerous as London's Whitechapel district, where poverty and crime run rampant. It's here that the infamous Jack the Ripper terrorizes the masses, getting away with murder after murder. The police are baffled by the brutal killings, and the citizens are starting to panic. They need help, and they're hoping it will come soon. What if that help came in the form of a Navy SEAL team sent back in time from the future? Would they be able to stop Jack the Ripper? Or would he get away once again? Let's find out. The Navy SEALs had just arrived in Whitechapel, and they wasted no time in getting to work. The team, consisting of 6 elite soldiers, split up to cover more ground. They moved like ghosts through the fog, their modern clothing making them stick out, but their faces obscured by the darkness. They were on the hunt, and they wouldn't rest until Jack was caught. But Jack was no rookie killer. He had been stalking the streets of London for years, taking out victims who crossed his path. His preferred method was to slash the throats of women as they walked home alone at night. And with the fog rolling in, visibility was low, perfect for an assassin and a very good reason for people to stay indoors. As the SEALs moved through the labyrinthine streets, they could feel the tension rising. They knew Jack was out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for his next victim. One of the SEALs, noticing a group of men staring at them, likely thinking they were fellow Americans or Australians given their accents, decided to do something crazy. He flashed a silver dollar, a modern coin that would have been worth a king's ransom at the time. It was a subtle flex, a reminder of the technological gulf between the Navy SEALs and the people of this era. The mission parameters were clear. They were to stop Jack the Ripper at all costs. But how do you catch a killer who seems to be one step ahead of the police at every turn? As the team continued their patrol, they began to see the fruits of Jack's murderous labor. Stained glass windows, a common sight in this part of London, were shattered, likely by Jack taunting the authorities. One of the SEALs spotted something unusual, a discarded piece of cloth with a peculiar pattern. With a quick examination, they determined it was a fragment of a woman's shawl, potentially from one of Jack's victims. This was their first solid lead, a breadcrumb in the dark that the SEAL hoped would lead them directly to Jack. The chase was on. The SEAL, following the thread, found themselves at the doorstep of a local tavern. It was a place where Jack was rumored to have frequented. The plan was simple. The team would split up, with half the members entering the tavern and the other half keeping a close watch outside. They moved with military precision, their eyes scanning every inch of the dimly lit room. Suddenly, a commotion at the door drew everyone's attention. A man was standing there, his face pale, his clothes torn and blood dripping from his hands. He stammered out a story of Jack, of how he had seen him flee into the night. The description matched that of the elusive killer. The SEALs exchanged glances. They had found their man. Now, the chase was truly on. As the team followed Jack's trail, the stakes couldn't have been higher. If they failed, another innocent life would be lost. But they were Navy SEALs, and failure was not an option. They burst through the door, weapons raised. And there he was, Jack the Ripper, cornered and ready to be taken down. But how would Jack react when he saw these men in strange clothes pointing strange weapons at him. Stay tuned till next time to find out how the Navy SEALs took down Jack the Ripper.